Hello again, everybody. Uh, Thank you again for tuning in and for watching my videos. So I just finished watching the season finale of Star Trek Discovery, and thought I would give my thoughts on both the finale and the show in general. So, finale was really good. It was just a great finale that really highlighted all the characters and did a great job highlighting Starfleet, like the crew, showing that even on what's considered a garbage ship, uh, Starfleet officers are good at their jobs. They're well trained and good at their jobs. So I really liked that being highlighted. This season of Discovery's, well, both seasons, Discovery's actually done a really good job with that. For all that it's comedic and has sort of makes fun of Starfleet and all that, it actually they clearly love Star Trek and they clearly think that that Starfleet is great. So Discovery does a really good job showing that yes, these people are professionals. They know what they're doing. So I really like that. Um, there were some really good tense moments in this episode with Boimler's newest near death, and at the very end of the episode, that was very tense, and um, it's really good at the Beckett and her mom, uh, their relationship. It's throughout the series. It's been just great seeing their relationship explored and develop, and they love each other, but they still argue, and it's really fun to watch that, and it's really sweet. And I always like when they show that they love each other. Um, and it's nice seeing Mariner sort of learning to trust other people a little bit. So that's always nice. Um, the Rutherford Tendy relationship, of course, their friendship that might be more than friendship. It's hard to tell there, but always really good stuff with that, and that was good. And there are some really nice moments for that in this episode as well. Um, I liked seeing the stuff with the other ship. I'm forgetting the name, but the one captained by Captain Freeman's friend. Uh, there was some really cool stuff done with that. It's a nice looking ship, I thought. Uh, yeah, just a really nice looking ship, and the bridge looked really nice. So, yeah, it's just good. And nice seeing when. I always like seeing when people are friends with other characters. You know, when we meet the friends of other characters. Um, Related to the finale, am I the only one who thinks that Mariner and that Andorian girl are gonna be a couple in the next season? That they're gonna start a romantic relationship? And honestly, from the moment that we first saw them interact in this at the start of the episode, I was like, yeah, I was thinking there's maybe romantic tension there, and then by the end of the episode, with the Andorian even joking about Mariner liking her, I don't know. It seems like there might be something there. But maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe it is just going to be a friendship. The show certainly hasn't done a whole lot in the way of romance thus far. Um, some ship teasing a little bit with Rutherford and Tendi. They definitely come across as, those two definitely come across as being a possible pairing. Mariner and Boimler, no. They are, yeah, they're not going to date each other. They're just friends. There is absolutely no romantic or sexual tension between them at all, I found throughout the entire series. But Mariner and that Andorian girl, there was a little bit of romantic tension there, I thought. I do enjoy the series as a whole. Not all the jokes land, but most of them do land for me. The fact that it is a comedic Star Trek show turns a lot of people off. A lot of people who are, still stuck in the old days. People who take Star Trek too seriously, honestly, I would say. Star Trek's always... I'm going back to the 60s. Star Trek was very camp. And there's always been humor in the series. It's always been a part of the franchise. A series that's just a comedic Star Trek, it's fine, and it feels like Star Trek. There's still plenty of the thrill of adventure and exploration in there, which is what I feel is core to Star Trek, and a lot of the human relationships. There's so much of the relationships in there, which again, core to Star Trek. It is about human connections, and alien connections, because there's aliens, but it is about those connections of people who are excited about science and about finding what's out there, exploring and learning. And Lower Decks does bring that. For all the people complaining about it not feeling like Trek, it brings what Trek really is. It does understand what the franchise is actually about, and brings that right into it. So yeah, I think the complaints about it not being Trek, it's people who don't understand Star Trek, to be frank. It's fine if you don't like the show. You can dislike the show, because it's comedy, so humor is subjective. If you don't like the jokes, then it's not going to be a show that you enjoy. So I understand people not enjoying the type of comedy that it is. But people saying that the fact that it's a comedy means it's not Star Trek, come on. I've been a Trekkie my entire life. Literally my entire life. Some of my earliest memories involve The Next Generation. I was obsessed with it. I was obsessed with Star Trek. I'm still kind of obsessed with Star Trek. It's a huge part of who I am. And I love Lower Decks and think that it does perfectly capture what makes Star Trek special as a franchise. So that argument is just wrong. And right from the start, the earliest couple episodes, I can see turning people off. The earliest couple episodes, part of it is just it is a huge shift from other Star Treks. Other series always had humor, and they always had comedic episodes. Anytime Lwaxana Troi would show up on Next Generation, you could be sure that it was going to be a pretty comedy-heavy episode. Half of Q's appearances ended up creating some comedy. That episode of Deep Space Nine where Quark and his brother went back in time and were the Martians that the U.S. military kept at Roswell. That was really funny. It was a funny episode. So that's always been a part of Trek's makeup. But a series that is entirely comedic, I can understand that is a huge shift, in what other series have been. Like, it is a huge shift away from what other series have done. And the first couple episodes especially, I can really understand people just not enjoying it, because the humor in those episodes were particularly offbeat, I would say. Boimler being swallowed by a spider, and there were some jokes in there that I could see people being like, no, this isn't what I'm looking for. But I think if some of those people kept with it, they would have grown to appreciate it more. But yeah, obviously you can't help what you enjoy. So, but I have always enjoyed it. And I'm especially with that, I'm very much looking forward to season 3, especially with that cliffhanger ending at the end of this episode. That was definitely something. I'm not going to spoil it, obviously, but that was definitely quite the interesting cliffhanger. And I wonder if they're going to, when the series returns, if they're going to do one of those previously on Star Trek. I think Majel Barrett Roddenberry, I think she passed away, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously they wouldn't be able to get her to do that voiceover intro again. They could always just sort of grab from one of her existing readings of that line. Not sure if that would be respectful or disrespectful myself. So they could maybe get somebody else to read it. And while I'm at it, actually, there are a couple of really good shout-outs or references in this episode to other series. Weimler's excitement over Captain Freeman Day, referencing the Captain Picard Day from Next Generation. That was pretty hilarious. And I love that Tendi is a big fan of Jadzia Dax. Most people would reference the original series or maybe Next Generation. I like when Deep Space Nine and Voyager get their respect as well. And the earlier episode in the season that had Tom Paris show up, that was really cool. So I like seeing those shoutouts to the other series, the ones that maybe don't get as many shout-outs in other places. That was nice. I liked that. And also, Jadzia Dax was awesome. It's really bad what was done to Terry Farrell. It was really unfair the way that she was treated by the producers when she said she wanted to sort of scale back a little bit. It's unfair that they just killed her character off entirely. Did give us Ezri Dax, who I did really love, but even so, shame what happened to Farrell. But that's a bit off topic. For this, I'm really interested to see what season 3 brings. And in the meantime, of course, we've got plenty of other Star Treks coming. We've got the new season of Discovery coming up. We've got the debut of Strange New Adventures coming up. For people who do want, I think that one seems like to me that it's going to be more for people who want a classic Trek feel. A lot of people hate Discovery, which again I disagree with them, but I think Strange New Worlds is probably going to hit the classic Trek beats, which is nice to have, and also has Rebecca Romijn, and she's still gorgeous, so there's a nice touch. And then there's also Star Trek Prodigies coming up, which I'm assuming is going to be the more the more family friendly show. So I really like that the current generation of Star Trek is really branching out the way it is, trying to fill as many niches as possible. You've got Discovery for the modern contemporary Star Trek. You've got Strange New Worlds for the classic Trek feel. You've got Lower Decks for just comedy. You've got Prodigies for a bit of a family friendly. And then Picard, of course. New season of that coming out, which is just for people who miss Picard himself, I guess. And yeah, I'm also looking forward to that, which gonna have Q, which is cool. And Jerry Ryan is also still hot. So, and I'm glad that she's able to emote now. So yeah, I think Star Trek franchise is doing really good right now, and in my view, there hasn't been a miss yet. And I've really enjoyed Lower Decks all throughout. And you can tell just how much the creators of Lower Decks absolutely adore the franchise. Just all the Easter eggs and references and shoutouts and cameos. It's just an absolute love letter to Star Trek in comedic form, and I love it. And yeah, I'm glad that it's already renewed for season 3, and glad it's going to continue. And I am really interested to see if they actually do have Mariner and that Andorian date. We do know from an earlier episode this season that that Mariner is pansexual. She did mention, being interested in pretty much any gender or race. So, yeah, there we go. And on a personal note, before I end, I think I have hit the 4,500 hours viewing hours. So, I should be eligible to be monetized. So, yay for that. It'll be a few weeks, of course, before for the paperwork to be filled out and all that. Or not paperwork, but for the documentation, for it to be approved. So, a few weeks, and then I might be able to make a little bit of extra money off this channel. And in the meantime, tonight, Chantel and I are going to a haunted drive-through. So I will probably record it for myself for this channel. And obviously, Chantel will also be recording it for her channel. Actually, she's not sure whether she'll record or live stream, so check her channel later to see which way she goes. If you do like her, at least. Foodie Beauty, for those who don't know who I'm talking about. But assuming I do record it tonight, I will also upload it tonight. So check back here later as well, maybe around like midnight or something. See if I've updated. And I am also planning on hijacking her channel to do one more live stream on her channel in order to, let people know about my channel being available. Not sure if it'll be tomorrow for this Friday or if I'll do it next Friday, but it'll definitely be on a Friday, so I can do a Friday pizza party, as people want me to do, which won't be a weekly thing. But I will do a Friday pizza party, to promote my channel. And thanks for subscribing, thanks for viewing. thanks for making this something that I can hopefully make a little bit of extra spending money from, just because that is always nice. And it's a nice outlet for me to talk about things and, you know, hopefully help ease my depression. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and have a great day, and live long and prosper.